Here at my old high school, Whitfield Secondary School, we brought the HSSE, which is the Heterosexual for Same-Sex Equality's message. We did a presentation here for the students. Essentially, it is the equality check presentation. Basically, what we do is we take common misconceptions about the gay community, the homosexuals at large, and we sort of debunk them. We spend a little bit of time on 9 in total, 9 common sentences that are either homophobic or dangerous or outdated, and we talk about reasons why they are just that. And it's sort of the attempt is to make the school safer. The attempt is to make the climate around gay students safer for them and a little more accepting and tolerant as well.
We're at a point where we live in a country that has same-sex marriage. We're very, you would think that we're very forward-thinking in terms of gay rights and movements, and yet, you know, here you are spreading that message. How far behind are we in those thoughts?
Well, globally, everything's relative, right? I mean, globally we're way ahead. I mean, it's a point of pride that we were 4th in the world to lock same-sex marriage down across all provinces. That's huge. And there's only 6 so far. And that leaves a lot of countries out. So we're way behind. I'm sorry, we're way ahead of a lot of countries who are trailing behind, almost dangerously so. For example, the controversy in Uganda, where there's politicians literally trying to make being gay punishable by death. There are politicians who are behind this and trying to stop, if you're being demonstrative, if you're a male being demonstrative to another male, you can literally be thrown in jail, and the hope is that they will pass this law to have you put to the death penalty. I mean, that's about as bad as it can get on Earth. And but like I said, everything's relative, and I think anybody who's going to high school who doesn't feel safe and doesn't feel like they can be themselves and come out is a problem, and it needs to be addressed. That's why we're here today.
I can't help but think, you know, sometimes you hear kids say, "That's so gay."
Yeah.
That is it is a statement that's said on a regular basis, if not hourly. Talk to me about what that does and what message that sends.
Well, for me, I mean, I'd like to believe, that when students do say that, I don't think there's any animosity necessarily behind it. I don't think it's a hostile sentence. I don't think it comes from a place of hatred. For the most part, I don't think it does. I think it's just one of those things that's kind of insensitive, and I think it's dangerous to somebody who's struggling with their identity. I think it's dangerous for somebody who's you know, trying to be themselves and hopefully trying to come out. And when you say "that's so gay," in a way to express your discontent with something, or when the word "gay" itself is just a synonym for stupid or whatever the context is, the message you're sending to somebody who may be struggling is "you're stupid," you know, or "you're a problem," and I think that's dangerous. That kind of language is dangerous to somebody who's struggling and we don't know what they're going through internally. You know what I mean? So yeah, we need to strike that one out. We need to get rid of that one and replace it with anything. Yeah.
You know, and the question is, here you are, a straight man,
yes.
Married, happy. Why take this fight on? You know, there are so many other things that you could be doing. Why this fight? Why be here?
Well, I don't know. It's funny. I take on a lot of issues. You know, I'm taking on water bottles right now with the Polaris Institute. We're trying to get water bottles out of schools and get them banned, which is an important issue to me as well. And you know, every time something strikes me as unfair, I put myself a little video together and I share it around. And sometimes it takes off, and sometimes it doesn't. But this one, for me, this is the one where I get the most worked up for some reason. I can't explain it. This is the one I have the least. I seem to have the least amount of tolerance for it. Whenever I hear derogatory terms thrown around, it gets me going more than anything else. And I also feel like I'm in a unique position too. Like I feel like being in a position where I'm a straight man, married to a woman, happily married for a lot of years, it makes me threatening. Like I think people who are against same-sex marriage find me and people like me scary, because if we start organizing and we start getting together and we start, you know, showing who we are in numbers, the people who have been speaking on behalf of straight people before to say that they're against it are no longer going to have that clout. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? So for me, I guess it's just I feel like my straightness kind of empowers me to take away if somebody wanted to, like for example, if I was a gay man, people could take away the fact that it's self-serving. People could say that, well, I only want this because it serves my purposes. But the fact that I am a straight man and I still am concerned about this cause adds a whole other layer to it. Like it almost says, well, why do you care? And it asks the question, well, maybe we should all care because it affects all of us. And the catchphrase I often use is, I feel a victory for equality is a victory for humanity.